What's going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We're going to be doing the full run of difficulty 8 this time instead of just doing 5 and 10. And last time we had 1.327 as a high score, so hopefully we can get ourselves a new record on this run here. Alright, so... Alright, guys. So we're going to start with Node 1 here, and the team we'll utilize is... pretty similar to my Dark Dimension 5 starting team right now. And we're going to utilize 3 characters that are tier 16. We got Cloak and Dagger, and then we got Shang-Chi in there. And then, of course, because of the hero restriction, we're going to maximize and use the Eternals as well. And, yeah, and I think this overall setup, I think, is a good lineup because they've got a lot of control and utility and a lot of speed control thanks to Shang-Chi and Xerxes. And then, of course, we have the Cloak and Dagger massive debuffs as well. So I think this team works out really well. I think a lot of people have utilized Axemen, and there's a mix of like Secret Avengers in there as well. I found this team to be the best one for just controlling, and there's like I said, there's a lot of control you can get from the speed. Keep in mind, you can also keep resetting this until LDS doesn't go first. Usually the Eternals will go first. This was just a kind of a anomaly here, but we'll go in here and use the ultimate, and then we'll use Icarus's massive ultimate as well. And as you can see already, we've got some pretty good debuffs on the board, lots of good control. And once we get down to about halfway through the node here, with 5 or 6 guys left, we'll speed up the footage so it doesn't eat up too much of your guys' time. But node 1's usually pretty straightforward, I think, for the most part. Taking care of just keep an eye on the X Factor guys and LDS and Silver Samurai as well. You want to take care of them early because the bleeds are brutal, and of course if you leave Samurai alone, he can give immunity to his counterparts there. So yeah, just keeping an eye on those guys there. We're gonna stun one of the dad bros just because the moment they start critting and getting those crits in, it's just it's more annoying than it needs to be. And of course they crit quite a bit damage as well. I think his partner drops in the next wave, so that's why I want to get rid of him ASAP. And then we have the Cloak and Dagger combo here for a lot of control, a lot of blinds. The blinds will help out greatly because it mitigates a lot of damage, especially if you're running a lot more Scourges than I am, or if you guys are not running any Scourges at all. I mean, it's going to be a pretty much smooth cakewalk. I think with the increased health and all the other crap that goes with it, it's just it adds up. We do have those broken Scourges, so it helps out. It gives us a little free extra points, which we will take. So we're getting pretty close here to halfway, so we're going to speed up some of the footage here, so it's going to look a little faster gameplay, so that way we can blast through it. But I think for the most part, getting rid of the dad bros, getting rid of getting rid of LDS and Silver Samurai, it makes for a pretty smooth node afterwards. I like to leave Yo-Yo kind of last because she evades a lot, and it's actually kind of nice. She brings the offense down with her passive as well because we don't have any protectors, so it actually helps out because it gives us more turn meter time to build up our charges for the next attack. As you guys see here. You also want to keep an eye on Sabretooth. Hit him if you can and just get the offense down on him as well because he can crit like crazy, but obviously he's not going to be too much of an issue on his own. Again, that's why we take care of Silver Samurai and we take care of LDS early because we don't want these guys joining up. And yeah, the X Factor and of course Weapon X, like both of them, if they have their partners on the board, they can deal some serious damage, right? Especially if you got some pretty nuts Scourges added on to the mix there. So I think, yeah, as you guys see here, we just autoed it near the end. Glad we sped that up because it would have been just it's a time killer. It's a time killer for sure. So that's node 1 there. Pretty straightforward. Same team, same lineup, same everything for node 2. I think node 2 is going to be pretty much it's pretty much the same sort of setup. Keep in mind as well with Dagger, whoever she's beside, the adjacent targets, you can get a little bit more damage as well. We're going to put Shang-Chi there just because he's got 6 red. He probably deals a bit more damage than Xerxes. I just had her there because it's almost more of a habit than anything, and I just forgot about that. But anywho, this one, you definitely want to start off with Icarus's ultimate. Otherwise, it tends to be a tougher node because of the fact that they have Captain Sam there, giving the speed. So you want to make sure you can land his ultimate first. And then, of course, that Xerxes Icarus combo so it controls the board. And then followed up with Shang-Chi and his wonderful ultimate. bringing everything back down a bit, so that way we can get a little bit of breathing room here, so our characters can have some time to initiate and set up. I use both ultimates at once here because we really want to emphasize on taking care of Sam. If he uses that deadly ultimate of his, he gives a massive speed boost, and then Maria Hill will basically just heal everybody and remove some of these nasty debuffs we've laid out on the board. So that's why we center Shang-Chi's special right in the middle there in the cluster, so it gets a lot of value for that attack, and then lots of targets get smashed in between. And of course, because of his proximity to Dagger as well, he's got that offense up, so making him hit really dangerously. Like, he hits pretty hard on this node, and that's really good because these guys have some increased health thanks to those additional mods on the Scourges. So once you guys get rid of these ones, I mean, really, that's probably the hardest bulk of the node, the Secret Avengers. And then the next wave that drops, yeah, it's a weird Shadowland mix, but it's pretty straightforward. We're gonna speed it up pretty much after we take down. No, we can probably just speed it up now. We'll speed it up now, and then you guys can see here, it's pretty straightforward. Stun Moon Knight. I like to leave White Tiger alone because she can also heal herself, and it helps prolong the node a bit if you got to recharge yourself. So again, we use Shang-Chi's controlled ultimate to kind of give us a little bit more turn meter back, and then that way we can just kind of focus and do our thing here, and get a little turn meter in as well. So keep in mind with the Eternals, you want to make sure they can also have their cooldowns up, especially if you're going to use them again on some of the cosmic nodes. That's going to be nodes 8 and 9. Yeah, you want to make sure you're not wasting everything. I think I made the mistake of actually burning up some of my attacks the first time I did this, so just make sure you guys don't do that. And then again, we easily one-shot that, making those first two nodes pretty smooth, pretty straightforward. 3 and 4, we're going to utilize a global team that I'm thinking for my Dark Dimension 5, but yeah, as you guys see here, we cleared up the first two pretty smooth. Now we're gonna quickly jump into node 3 here. We're utilizing a hybrid team of Secret Avengers with our boy Doom, and we're all gonna have Omega Red and Emma Frost in there as well. Very good characters because Emma Frost brings a lot of debuff removal, and she's got that very nice blind that we could apply. And then of course we have Captain Sam and Sharon Carter for a lot of control and speed. Sharon Carter is really good because she has a stun and she's got an amazing ability block. And then Omega Red's going to give us some nice utility as well thanks to his ability block that he brings. So lots of control with this team, lots of utility, and especially with this one, you want to make sure you can have some characters that can control the board because there are some nasty characters at the start here. We got Shang-Chi here, we're going to ability block and apply that trauma to, and he's nasty because as you just seen in the earlier two nodes, he can really give the team an extra umph of speed, right? So we want to make sure we can control him. Psylocke and X-23 are good ones to target for the ability block. I choose X-23 because she hits like a rock, so we're going to take care of her first. We're going to use Emma Frost's debuff removal, and then just apply the slow to everybody, because I think people always forget that she just gives a whole bunch of speed to everybody, to our team, and it's really nice. It's really nice for us. Yeah. So we're gonna be able to hopefully utilize Doom's. It looks like he got damaged there, so he does get that little burst of speed thanks to being damaged, and that's the reason why he's kind of besides Sam. But of course, right now that he wasn't even taunted yet. So I mean, really, that's kind of funny that it worked out that way. So we'll use his ultimate. We'll get some heals back in the process, and we'll get 3 turns to himself and apply that vulnerability as well. We got disruption already on Miss Marvel, so that's great. And then we're just gonna use that ultimate, and then we're gonna get that extra little. We're gonna get the extra little turn meter from Sharon now. Again, she's got her ability block. We're gonna utilize. I think we're just gonna use on Miss Marvel, so she can't use her ultimate or whatever to get some more energy for the team. And we'll see if we can take care of Psylocke here before she gets her turn, so she doesn't bounce the negatives back at us. We got the trauma thanks to Omega Red as well, which is nice. And then we're gonna apply some speed buff reduction as well thanks to his ultimate. And then I guess once you get rid of that first wave, pretty straightforward. I'd like to say it's pretty straightforward. We're gonna options. Let's rip off that death proof and kill off her, and then we'll apply the blind hopefully to somebody. And we'll speed the footage up here because I think for the most part, after you've cleared that first initial wave of Shang-Chi and X-23, it's very, very straightforward. I think for the most part, people aren't going to have too many issues after that. And again, being mindful that we are going to utilize these same characters for the next node attempt. So you want to make sure you can just get everybody powered back up to their specials and their ultimates, because it's gonna be a big, it's a much more difficult node if the character specials and ultimates aren't ready to go. So of course we want to make sure we can get Doom's ultimate back up, just because he is a key part to this team, and having a ultimate that heals 2 characters, himself included, and another character, and then getting 3 turns to himself and 3 turns to another character, that's pretty immense. As you guys see here, we're stalling attacks. We're doing the best here, and Doom's, I think, a couple turns off, and I think because Sting has got some pretty decent amount of health, we should be fine. Obviously, stalling sometimes can actually kill you as well, so just make sure you're watching carefully here. We lost Sharon, so that kind of sucks a bit, but I think we should be okay. We got Doom's ultimate back. Sharon isn't an absolute necessity. We could always switch her out with Maria Hill as well, but yeah, you guys saw there we kind of lost her, which is kind of crappy, but it's not unfortunate. There's a lot of different other characters we can utilize here, and one of the best ones is actually one of the best ones to use is Maria Hill. So it's not a big deal if you guys lose her in the process. I think a lot of people will have the Secret Avengers leveled up already because of Doom raids, and yeah, I mean, just getting that one shot's good enough. And the most important thing, even if somebody dies on you, the most important thing is making sure that Doom and Omega Red and Emma Frost are alive. We need Doom and Emma Frost later on, and of course Omega Red's good because his ultimate it's clutch. It's a clutch ultimate. It's almost like a built-in Shang-Chi with a massive amount of negatives, and yeah, I actually love that ultimate. It's crazy. He's not even a raid character, and he does quite well actually, even on the mutant nodes, slotting in. I think I use him in place of Kitty Pryde. So anyways, let's jump into the next one here, guys. This is gonna be pretty straightforward as well, because we have all our ultimates and cooldowns and everything is ready to go. So that's gonna make it very, very easy for us to take advantage of here. And I think the initial wave here is you just want to be careful of Black Bolt. So we used that amazing ultimate from our boy Captain Sam, and he's gonna give us that speed. We're gonna take advantage of Maria Hill here and utilize her special to see if we can get some extra little speed reduction with the troopers, and then we're gonna use Omega Red here, smash down the middle, hits everybody. You can do one of 2 things here. You can use your special or you can use the ultimate. I like to do the blind, so that way we can get a bit of damage mitigation. Karnak can land a pretty nasty hit when he uses that his special or ultimate or whatever, because it rips off buffs and disruption. So I like to blind one of them, and then I like to disrupt Colossus and Juggernaut as well. I find that it helps because they're going to use their taunt, so it's going to be like a wasted turn anyways. So I find that it really helps out, and that's what I do. So anyways, once you get that underway, you can do another ability block here. Really, we don't even need to use it, but we have access to it. And again, like I said, Omega Red just comes in. His abilities are very clutch. He's a very, very good character for these nodes, and I use him as well in the villain ones because he's very good. He's very, very powerful, legendary, and not everyone's gonna have access. So I do understand that's gonna be an issue, but I think for the most part, he's a good asset if you can get him. Sorry, if you can get him unlocked, and of course he is the latest and greatest legendary right now. So if you don't have him, there's more of a mix of Secret Avengers you can utilize with Maria Hill and Sharon Carter. I did try that, and it did have a bit of luck. Again, I like Omega Red because he also brings in speed reduction, and yeah, there's not a lot of characters that can do that in the game, so that's why we do that. And then after the second wave drops, it's a little mix of a power armor crew, which isn't too bad. You just want to be careful at rescue because she can remove a lot of our negatives, and yeah, it can be a pain in the butt here. So that's why we want to be careful of her. And what we'll do here is, again, Omega Red coming in clutch with that massive ultimate, whipping everybody, whiplashing, applying those negatives and trauma and whatever, hoo-ha. And yeah, very, very powerful ultimate and very, very good legendary. Of course, I think a lot of people are going to use them for legendary raids as well. So Anywho, we're gonna focus and finish off rescue first. Keep in mind here now, we also want to be careful of War Machine. If you leave him alone, he can do actually quite a bit of damage. I've actually had a few times where he brought, I think he took down 2 or 3 characters with that massive ultimate of his. So leaving him alone is can also be problematic. So you want to make sure you can get rid of him sooner than later. Sooner than later, because he is quite yeah, his stats aren't like crazy, but yeah, you just want to make sure you don't leave him alone, because he can crawl up and you know, catch a sneaky one on you guys. So we're gonna use the special again with Captain Sam. As you see there, Colossus uses his thing, but he doesn't really get anything because he's disrupted and all that good jazz. So we'll use the ultimate from Doom because we can, and that just helps us give a bit of clearing the board as well, so we can use some of those troopers. Sometimes those it's very counterproductive because having both of them. We're speeding up the footage now because this is pretty much near the end of this node, and you just keep in mind when you are finishing this one off, just make sure you guys have your cooldowns on ready to go, because we're gonna bring these guys back. We're gonna bring Doom and Emma Frost and Omega Red back when after node 5, when we're doing our villains nodes, and that's 6 and 7. So you're gonna thank yourself later if you can keep their cooldowns and everything ready to go. So there you go. That is node 4, and now we can go to one of our favorite nodes, which is node 5. I think if you can handle 5, then you'll have if you can handle 5 without you sacking one of your teams, your Dark Hunters or your Web Warriors, then you'll have a very good chance of finishing the last node, which is I mean, it's going to require a bit of luck from our part, but we do mess up a little bit here. We're going to do some rearranging with the RNG, of course, as well, and we rearrange our Miles to a healer. We slap some blue ISO 8s in there, and we've got Scarlet Spider and Ghost Spider with healer. So increased healing, because we do have that Scourge which reduces our healing already, so it's going to suck a little bit. But the healer ISO 8 actually has been pretty good because it gives us an opportunity here to take advantage of the heals and also sustain our health a bit too. So I think what's most important about this node, and I think a lot of people don't realize, is don't leave Bishop alone. So leaving him alone is dangerous. Our best bet is actually to take him out ASAP. So we're gonna always attack from the left side here, where Red Guardian is, so that way we can chain to 4 attacks. If you target Bishop initially, he's gonna counter attack and it's gonna end your chains early. So keep that in mind as well. So we're attacking here from the left side so we can get maximum value for our heals and for our debuffs, and applying those debuffs across the board. And then after that, you can basically get some good control on the board here with those negatives. We do have some offense down, speed down, slows or whatever, and it helps us out because we also get the speed up as well every time they get buffs. They get flip buffs thanks to the passives on the Web Warriors. So we're gonna try to strip the taunt off of our Strife here, and then we can focus on Dagger here because it doesn't matter, just applying some vulnerabilities here. And then again, after you get these initial heals in, because we're always trying to maximize our heals, throw that stun on Bishop, because if he lands another special or ultimate, it's going to be a big kick in our pants. So we want to make sure we can get rid of him ASAP. We're going to take care of Bishop soon here. Once you take care of Bishop, then you can either resume to Dagger, or you can focus on T'Challa as well. T'Challa's dangerous because if you leave him alone, he can blind, and he has that pretty dangerous single target attack he can focus on. I think it's like 500% damage on a target. Yeah, it's pretty nasty stuff. Pretty nasty stuff here. A couple things here we can do. We can do the special or the ultimate. I'd say, you know what, strip the buffs, and that way we can focus on Kitty Pryde as well, and it gets us heals back. Anytime you can maximize and get multiple heals in, focus on that. Once you get rid of those AoE targets like Bishop, Kitty Pryde, then you can focus on those other ones that are dangerous. Dagger already used her she already used her debuff removal, which is quite annoying at the start, but once you get rid of that and don't let her have another second turn, then then just pretty smooth sailing because he's pretty squishy. She's a pretty squishy character. See, so there you go. He blinds our Spider-Man. Yeah, pain in the butt, but yeah, that's what happens when you leave him alone. We're just gonna try to multi-target here because this is maximizing our heals. That's gonna dodge, thank goodness. So you are gonna require some luck here. If you don't dodge or if you don't have the right RNG, it's gonna take multiple tries. Unfortunately, it took me a while to get the right one, but RNG is RNG, so it's gonna be good or bad depending on your day and your attempt. And as you've seen on the leaderboards, some people have gotten some pretty good RNG, and they've gotten some pretty high scores on the leaderboards. The non-cheaters that have actually done it the honest way. So next wave drops, and we do finally get that Cloak and Dagger on the board. We want to make sure we can get rid of them, especially Cloak, because he's got such a nasty ultimate, applying all those negatives. That's going to be a pain in the butt for us. Unfortunately here, I think we're going to have to make sure we can get through this taunt here. The taunt's kind of screwing around with us. Keep in mind, because we have everybody as a healer, it sucks because it's really hard to take off those taunts. Before we had at least some removal with Miles, and he has a striker. But yeah, it's just it is a little more difficult with the healers. But the heals, as you can see, are coming in. So unfortunately, we're able to stop Cloak here from using his ultimate, but that's fine. A lot of our characters are in good shape right now, and let's see here, with her ultimate, you always want to see if you can land it on somebody that's got some negatives and then just spread it across the board, because you're going to get some very nice heals. We leave Nick Fury last because that way if he summons more minions, we can kind of rebuild our abilities for the last node, and we'll take care of Star-Lord. Same thing as T'Challa, Star-Lord as well. He's a very strong character, single targeting, especially if our characters don't dodge. They can get one-shotted by this guy, especially with his stats. So that's why we're focusing on him. And then we're gonna focus on let's see, I think we're gonna focus on Star-Lord, and then we'll focus on finishing off Dagger as well. Or sorry, not Dagger, Cloak. Sorry, I'm getting the two mixed up now, back and forth. Confusing. So she takes care of him, and then leaving these taunty characters last is fine because they're slow and they don't do a lot of damage. So the Ravager, Red Guardian, they're fine. You can leave them last. We're gonna use the ultimate here to get ourselves some heals, because we want to be cautious. We have a very good attack attempt here, and we don't want to reset again. It's a pain in the butt when we do. So that's why we want to make sure we can get our heals back up here, and then we can focus on trying to strip away at this taunt here. So like I said already, it's kind of annoying we can't take the taunts off. Very annoying. But yeah, it is what it is. And then what you can do here is you can focus on finishing off Cloak. We'll see if we can get rid of him. Get those chains in as well. Get some heals back. And massive heals thanks to those healer ISO 8s. Lots of ISO 8s involved because I actually initially changed all 5 of them. And then I realized that somebody needs to be applying the vulnerabilities to get the most value out of the healer ISO 8s. So that's kind of where I screwed up on. I did 5 instead of... I should have just did 3. So we'll focus on the summons, so that way we can lengthen our turns. And then what you can do here is you can go back to hopefully finishing off Cloak. Seems like everybody's getting in the way and they keep taunting on us. And then once you get rid of Cloak, you can take care of the other stragglers. I'd say take care of Red Guardian next, because the minions you can leave alone. They're fine. They can get healed up as well with Nick Fury. For all we care, they can heal themselves, and they don't have to worry too much because they're not gonna do some serious damage to us. We can just take care of them, so we can burn some attacks, and then you can focus on the other two, which are very straightforward. Nick Fury is not gonna do. He's gonna tickle us maybe, and then same with the Ravager. I think he doesn't really have any offensive prowess either. So once you get rid of those guys, that's it, guys. That's it. Those are the two. And yeah, other than that, it makes it a very clean no 5 attack attempt. I think this one only took me, I think it was about somewhere in the 6th or 7th try. So that was pretty good. I found that using 5 healer ISO 8s was not as effective. Changing it to 3 was the way to go. So hopefully you guys will find some luck in there as well. Again, you're gonna need some proper RNG, because if they all target the right characters, you're gonna have to keep resetting until they start evading and the right characters are picked. So that's the way it goes with that one. But once you get through 5, it does make it smooth sailing. We have villains next. We'll quickly do villains, and then we'll do cosmic. And then once we get through that, we're going to be on the last node, which is node 10, and hopefully be on our way to a new high score. Alright guys, so we're gonna be just had to take a breather here. We're gonna jump into villains now. Earlier to what I alluded to before, making sure we have Doom, Omega Red, and then Emma Frost as well. We're gonna bring in LDS and Ebony Maw. Star-Lord is on the initial opening wave, so it helps out if you have Ebony Maw there to get that barrier and boost. And also he also provides a bit of speed reduction as well thanks to his ultimate. So luckily for that, we're going to take advantage of that. We have LDS as well, same thing. She has a little bit of control on the speed as well because of her special. So theme here, I really enjoy using characters that have that speed advantage, and of course more speed meters you get, more turn meter you get, slowing them down as well. That's gonna make it's gonna make these nodes so much easier for you, especially when we can utilize characters like that. So we're gonna use the Doom ultimate. We're gonna try to target Star-Lord as well. So when he dies in the initial onslaught, we're gonna get that nice barrier to our team, and it's gonna help mitigate a bit of damage as well. He goes down. We get the barrier, and then of course we also have LDS here. We're gonna speed this up because you guys don't need to see this. This is pretty much, I think, look at all these negatives and debuffs. Like it's pretty straightforward. There's a double crystal that drops that you just have to be careful of. Just making sure you ability block her. She's gonna heal herself back up as well because there's two of them. When they drop below 50, I think they heal each other thanks to their passive. So it helps. It actually helps because it can prolong some of your negatives or your ultimates. And yeah, it might take a little bit of testing around just to make sure you don't get totally destroyed by them. I think there's a few times I actually got wiped, so just be careful of that. But yeah, I think for the most part, just making sure the end with Crystal is using those two advantage characters to heal each other, so that way you can get some turn meter in, and then getting your ultimates and your cooldowns all ready to go. So Doom's not going to be ready to go right from the get-go, but that's okay. We have Emma Frost and we have Omega Red providing support to that, so that's fine. We're going to jump in here into the next node, and we're going to quickly get rid of this one as well here. I think halfway through we'll speed up the footage again for the sake of speed and time. I don't want you guys watching a big long video of this. I think for the most part these are very straightforward. I think the only issues people are having with really are the nodes 5 and 10, which is the main ones that I'll keep the footage at normal speed. Keep in mind as well, you can always slow down the YouTube speed as well if you want to watch the sped up stuff that I have sped up. So just keep in mind, and just I think a lot of people don't realize they can do that. But anyways, Omega Red's gonna use his ultimate and bring all these negatives. We want to be careful of Silver Surfer, and that's the reason why we're gonna use Emma Frost ultimate on him. We're gonna make sure he's blinded, so that way he can't hit us with that nasty ultimate of his. Keep in mind as well, when we use the Doom ultimate, that's going to bring on the minions all dying, and that actually feeds Deathpool's passive, because every single time a character drops, she gets to get that extra little hit in. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's kind of a doozy. It's kind of a doozy if you're not careful. So we will ability block her, so she can't do anything with those, and then we're going to use the ultimate there from Doom again, targeting and making sure we get a couple jabs in at Silver Surfer, because he is one dangerous character if left alone. And we'll use that wonderful special of his, taking care of some nasties, and of course taking care of that Deathpool as well. Look at LDS here; she just absolutely rips. The next team dropping isn't really too much of an issue. It's like an X Force. They're not too bad. I think just make sure you're getting rid of Cable and Deadpool in time, so that way, because you leave them alone, they can do a couple of combo hits and stuff. But for the most part, it's pretty easy because we have a very good team. And keep in mind, this is the last time we are using some of these characters, so you can go ahead and get crazy. I think my mistake here was actually if you want to keep Ebony Maw alive for your Black Order team, you can use them in Cosmic if you really want. But yeah, I think previously I actually I didn't really care. So yeah, you don't need to have them, but I mean, it'd be nice if everybody lives, right? But yeah, keep in mind this is the last time we're using Doom, Omega Red, so you can just go crazy. You don't need to save any specials or anything like that. Ebony Maw dies on us. And that's fine. I mean, as long as you have another alternate team you can use for the second, the last two nodes, or the last three, I guess, the last two cosmic nodes before node 10. So, anyways, as you guys see here, node 8 and 9 are going to be cosmic characters, and of course, one of the go-to teams is we're going to be utilizing the Infinity Watch team. And I don't know if I don't know if people are going to be surprised, like if people use other teams other than the Infinity Watch. You can use Eternals as well. We did keep our Eternals ready to go because they are cosmic. So there you go, Black Order we could use, but we're gonna stick with Infinity Watch. And I don't know if people really struggle with these last two nodes, but yeah, we have a whole bunch of different characters we can use. There's a lot of great cosmic characters: Castro, Silver Surfer, Eternals, Hela. Like, there's a whole bunch of characters that you can use. And then on top of that, we have the Infinity Watch as well. So I mean, really, I don't know if this is going to be too surprising for people. But we'll focus on Omega Red first. He is a nasty one you want to get rid of first, because we already said how strong and how amazing he is. So of course, we have to take him. We have to take care of him as well, because he's dangerous. He's very dangerous. And then I mean, other than that, I think for the most part, this node's pretty straightforward. I will speed the footage up here, because I think for the most part, I don't know if people are going to have too many, crazy strategies on this. I think for the most part, it's going to be pretty straightforward. And I'd be very shocked if people had issues with this node. I actually do screw up on the second one, the second of this node, because I was stubborn. I got stupid, and I let my Infinity Watch die when what was it? I think there was a Kestrel and Captain Sam on the board, but you guys will see that. Yeah, so very straightforward. Save your cooldowns, save your ultimates. I mean, you got some weird mismatch teams here. I have no idea how they decided this team, but it's just, yeah, it's a weird, wonky team. Like, and our Infinity Watch, they're such a durable and powerful team. They've got so much buffs, and they've got evasion, they got defense up, they got immunity, they got safeguard. Like, yeah, it's just it should be very straightforward. Maybe as you guys can see here, I was kind of stupid and I didn't really target LDS, but yeah, target her when she drops. Just get rid of her ASAP. She's squishy. Once you get rid of her, I think her and Omega Red and possibly Wolverine, they're the most dangerous characters, just because they're part of that Weapon X team, and you don't want them getting combos off of each other and stuff like that, right? Just get rid of them ASAP. Yeah, and then yeah, very straightforward. I think we pretty much can auto here at this point when there's two left, but you guys get I think you guys get the gist here. It's very straightforward and very easy. I'd be very surprised if people had issues on this node. So that's it. That's node number 8. Sorry, I was gonna say 7. Node number 8's there, and now we can pretty much finish off here with the second last node before the infamous node 10. But yeah, Infinity Watch, I wish, like I said, I kind of screwed up a little bit by letting these guys die on me, but we do have a whole bunch of different other characters we can use, and at that point in time, I mean, really, we know what the last node consists of, and we know how many characters we need for it. So you could just blow everything up on this last one. You've got so many access. You've got so much access to all these awesome characters. So anyways, yeah. So we will. Yeah. What you want to do here is you want to make sure you can get rid of. You want to focus on those Agent Coulsons. They are very, very annoying because they can get very dangerous. And they can rip our buffs as well, right? They can do a decent amount of damage. And before the other Secret Avengers, Maria Hill, Kestrel, or not Kestrel, she's not Secret Avenger, Captain Sam, and then I guess Kestrel is in that mix as well because people use her for Doom Raids. But yeah, before they drop, you want to make sure you can get rid of these other dangerous characters on the board, and specifically Agent Coulson's dangerous because he's got that nasty, he's got that debuff removal, he's got some cleansing, and then he's also got actually he's got some speed reduction as well. So dangerous character. In terms of the difficulty for this node, I mean, really, it's just making sure your cooldowns are good. I was an idiot. I was kind of just sick at this point of this of running it so many times, and I just said screw it. We have other teams we can use, so that's what we did here. So take care of the Killmongers as well because they heal themselves fast and they're very squishy. So just take care of them. The next wave should drop. I think it should actually be dropping right now. I'm not sure. Maybe one more goes down and then it'll drop. But yeah, you can take care of the other stragglers. Red Guardian's annoying as well if you want to take care of him. But just use the special, and then he gets the disruption, and then you don't really have to worry about him. So Captain Sam's there. We'll use the debuff removal, and then reduce his speed as well. And you want to just focus on him, get rid of him ASAP. But first, before you do that, take care of Kestrel, because Kestrel, if left unattended, she can just destroy our entire team. As you can already see here, some of our characters are already kind of low in health, so you can kind of see why it's an issue. So we'll focus on her and get rid of her, and then Captain Sam. And then if you leave Maria Hill too long as well, then she actually ends up healing everybody, so that's also quite annoying. So I find taking care of Kestrel is good, because then you don't have to worry about her using that crazy special and ultimate, because she can one-shot one of these guys if it hits one of the Infinity Watch, and especially right now because they have low health. We're gonna barrier back up, and then yeah, we're gonna speed through it. I think we do get wiped here. I forget. I think I want to say, yeah, it starts right here with Phylavel. So that was a mistake. I should have just canceled out right here, but I actually do get my butt kicked pretty good here. I should have, yeah, like I think we take out, I don't remember if we take out Sam or not, but yeah, it's it gets doozy here. I just sped this up because there's no point in watching this. We get our butts kicked. I think we lose. I forget who else dies next, but yeah, get rid of Captain Sam, get rid of Maria Hill, because they're just gonna heal each other. So now that Kestrel, Sam are gone, really the most threatening characters is Maria Hill, and then Killmonger. So I mean, really, I don't know why I was targeting Iceman. He was kind of like, he doesn't have that much attack power. So yeah, it was very interesting I did that. But anyways, yeah, you guys will see here. I had a choice here, and I just said, you know what, screw it, I'll just let it go. And we have so many different characters we can utilize. So of course we're gonna bring our Eternals back. We're gonna slap them in with some of the other BA characters we got going on here. Kestrel, not Bishop. Yeah, so good amount of degens and the negatives that we can apply here. So yeah, we have the Eternals back, and again, one of the reasons why I alluded to earlier, to keep their cooldowns ready to go. So just in case you need them again, you don't want to be crying later and saying like, oh no, I should have kept their cooldowns better. And now I'm kind of put myself in this situation where it's a kind of a rock and a hard place. So anyways, we take care of the Maria Hill and the Killmonger, and then yeah, you can pretty much you can just auto at this point. So that's it, guys. That's it. That's Node 9. I wish it was cleaner. Sorry it wasn't a one shot, but yeah, we got it done. And then finally we are here. We are here. We got a new high score, run score right now, so that's good. And unfortunately, I have to cut my footage here because I actually screwed up on my last attack attempt, and I actually had to redo all the other ones because I screwed up and I couldn't cancel in time, and my Dark Hunters actually kind of ended up screwing me. So anyways, yeah, that's the lineup here, and we're going to quickly cut the footage, and you guys will have a look at the final gameplay for the last node. And as you guys see here, different high score because we screwed up and we just ran it again. And actually, when I redid it this time, I was smarter with my Infinity Watch. I actually did end up doing a much better one shot on it, so that at least that was the nice thing. So 1350 was the score, the run score, whatever. And we'll run Dark Hunters first to sack on the team, and then we'll bring it in. So node 9, we did one shot it, as you guys can see here. Yeah, it was a better. It was almost like Redemption. Node 7's same team, utilizing 6 and 7. The villains as well, Ebony Maw and Doom and Omega Red and all that good jazz. And then in just I think I had a couple extra points here. I just added in. What ended up happening was I found out about the free Scourges, so that was kind of nice. We were able to take advantage of that, and I added in a few more. And I took out one of the other ones. I think the one that was providing energy, gloating or whatever. It was energy on death or whatever, and it was brutal because I couldn't, after I sacked wave on the last node with gloating or whatever that Scourges, everybody had full energy, and I couldn't get through it because Colossus was still taunting, Magic and Storm and and everybody was still ulting, and the Ebony Maw was ulting again, and yeah, I couldn't do it, so I had to reset and redo the node. And of course now we are back here at the final node, so it's not the same run. But it is a node 8, node 10. It's a not node 8. It's a node 10 difficulty 8, so it's still the same difficulty. It's just, yeah, it just had a couple tweaks in it, and yeah, I was not happy. I was not happy about the attack attempt. It was unfortunate that I had to do that, but it is what it is. It was yeah, it's part of the gameplay. So anyways, for this one, you want to just make sure you can focus on the right side. Same strategy as my difficulty 6 and 7, focusing on Cyclops and really just making sure we can get some damage there. I did have to bump my Dark Hunters up a little bit just to make sure they can do a sustainable amount of damage, and of course staying on the board as well, because these guys do quite a bit of damage. So we had to do that. We had to shift that up a bit, and then we had to actually do this. I think it was only my 3rd or 4th attack attempt, but it wasn't too bad. We had to mess around with some of the RNG as well, because they just kept targeting Dark to Voodoo, so that was kind of annoying. So once they target the right characters, this is the setup I found nice. I left the middle in the empty spot, so that way their chain attacks don't really hurt too much. So it was a nice little bit of stopping their chains. Ebony Maw does his ultimate, which is good. It burns his ultimate, and he's not getting his energy back this time because we removed that Scourge. And then I was getting ready to cancel out there just in case it's a bad one. So as you guys see here, we do actually end up canceling because what was it? Because we didn't get to a Colossus taunt. So we end up canceling on that one, just so you guys are aware. So we're gonna run this again, and I'll show you guys here. Same strategy, but we want to make sure we can burn up more of their ultimates. So we'll target the right side again. We'll flash that special, get the bleeds on. We'll get Ghost Rider going in there, rolling his wheels, and then we're gonna use the special again from Dr. Voodoo, getting those triple hits in. Boom, boom, boom. Get the bleeds, and then we're gonna hopefully get Elsa's. We'll use her ultimate there as well, which is nice, or special, whatever it is. And then yeah, they're gonna target. They're gonna target. We're gonna take a couple of hits. Doesn't really matter who they target, as long as we can get to that. Some of those ultimates and specials and burning them off, so our web warriors can clean house. So again, this one I like to use it right in that section as well, so he can just flip some of those negatives, or the defense up, excuse me, and then we can use the Ghost Rider special ultimate to try to take out somebody. Here. So we'll slow down the speed, and then that way Thanos burns his taunt, which is what we want. Ebony Maw burns his ultimate, which is exactly what we want. We're gonna get hopefully Cyclops dying on us, so he dies, yes. And then of course we're almost gonna get to Colossus's turn. So once he gets to his turn, he's gonna do that taunt. Boom, that's what we want. That's a check mark. And now what we need is Storm to ult us, and then burn that ultimate. So then the web warriors will have a clear, easy cleanup for us. So you guys can see here, she should ult now. Boom, stuns us. That's fine. Boom. Thanos uses his ult as well. Boom. Magic. I mean, yeah, Thanos is gonna get energy to magic anyways. You can't do anything about that. That's not, there's nothing we can do about that. But we burned off as much ults and as much specials as we could, and now we have set ourselves in a position where our web warriors can clean up house. So we like I said, it took a few tries, and I thought for sure, I think as long as you clean up node 5 took way longer. As long as you clean up node 5 fast, and these guys are all healed up, as you guys see here, we actually do have to just resort their ISO 8s here as well. I think we have to change Miles. I think we're gonna change Spider-Man. No, sorry, not Spider-Man. We're gonna change oh, I forget what the heck. No, do we not change? No, I guess not. I guess we don't change anything. Sorry, I guess not. I was thinking of something else here. But we keep healers so they can sustain the heals. And yeah, this one will get it done. I think this took me about 3 tries. And yeah, it was a very good attack attempt. We'll come in here pretty easy because everybody's burned off a lot of their ultimates. And as you guys see here, we get Ebony Maw attacking. Great. And then what you can do here is we want to see if we can at least we can get some heals back for sure. But you can turn reduce. We have all our cooldowns and everything ready from the previous node, so that helps us out. We're gonna apply that slow to magic, and then we've got ability block here we could use as well. We're just gonna hit it so that way we can get some heals. her resistance is like crazy. I don't know why. She just got crazy resistance. Keep in mind as well, we want to make sure we can get rid of Thanos, or not Thanos. We want to make sure we can get rid of Ebony Maw before Ghost Spider drops, because everybody gets that barrier. Because if she dies, she's a hero, was a controller or something like that, and that passive actually feels her. It feels his passive, and gives everybody that barrier. Same thing what we did with Star-Lord. So we want to make sure we get rid of him. But Magic's the biggest prey here because of the fact that if Phoenix comes and Psylocke comes, there's just all these weird mutants always have buffs with her, and it's just it's absolutely annoying. So that's why we focus on her. And really here is pretty smooth because we do have a lot of the burn cooldowns, and they don't have too much going on for us. We have a lot of control right now that we can do to them. Spider-Man, we can chain attack and get rid of. We can strip off the buffs here because he's a what is he? He's a I'm losing my thought here. He's a skirmisher, and when they're tagged with vulnerability, he can rip it off. So that's what we're doing there. And then we have a couple things we can do here, but we're just gonna apply his basic because we're saving up some abilities. Health is good. We're just getting some damage on these guys before the one drops. I think if one more drops, they've got the other wave dropping on us. So Phoenix comes. Keep in mind for her, just stun her, and then we don't have to worry about her. And then now we've got this amazing ultimate we can utilize here, and that's the reason why we're saving it. So boom, 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 boom. Massive damage too, by the way. So this is saving it, and then of course we have the amazing strip as well with the AOE. So that hits everybody. And heals as well, so very, very nice on the heals part. We'll see if we can focus on Psylocke. We don't want her redirecting the negatives back at somebody, so we're going to focus on her. Chain attack, and she shouldn't live past this one, I think. Then this should actually take care of her. Sucks she's not just bleeding and she can just bleed out, but that's fine. So once you get rid of her, smooth sailing, guys. Phoenix is pretty much done. She's stunned. She can't do anything. We can take care of the rest here on the scraps. Corvus, he's disrupted, so he can't really go stealth, so that's great. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted to spread that. And and then we can focus on Colossus as well. But you can see here a very smooth, right? As long as you can just use a very good sack wave from Dark Hunters. A lot of people won't have them built up, and unfortunately, that's going to be a big issue. And I think for the most part, that's probably limiting a lot of people. So as long as you can build Dark Hunters up and have them absorb some of that cushion, the Web Warriors will come in, and clean house for us. So yeah, very straightforward, very easy for us because we were able to get that Dark Hunters to come in big for us and absorb a lot of those ultimates and specials. So it didn't work. I had to reset this and redo this node because I had gloating or whatever it's called. It provides energy when characters die, and I just completely forgot that when I sacked this node with the Dark Hunters, it provided everybody their energy back. So it really didn't help. Like, they were still using their ultimates, and yeah, it was just nasty. So the only way I would say you can do that difficulty is you'd have to one-shot it, which is, I have yet to see that I've yet to find a video on that. I was looking and I couldn't find anything. So anyways, guys, that's our new high score. And as you guys see here, we are finally done. That's the full run of the difficulty 8, running it, and I'll show you guys the difficulty or the Scourges I was using. But yeah, as you guys see here, that's our high score, and yeah, it was a good run for sure. It was a good run. All right, guys. So these are the add-ons here. As you can see, our score was about 1501, and the expected run was 1498. But we have the enemies gain 10% max. We have the taunt, quality minions. We have the free ones for free points, more health, more free points, energy, the Death's Bargain, back in the fight, again free points, unkillable, weakened, poison energy, and experimental serum. Alright, so yeah, this is our run, and yeah, that was the points we got. Alright, guys, so anywho, hopefully this has helped you guys out. It gives you guys an idea what I was using, and hopefully you guys can get those scores up before the event's over. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.